Okay, if you can hear me through the dogs barking, I am listening to some of what the commenters have said, and yeah, I do agree with some of it. I don't really agree with the way that it may have been said, but I am aware that there are issues, and I'm working on that. I got rid of all of these and took them up to a block up there using it's a big splice. It's a big brass splice block, and all of the positive and negatives are going up there. That is just for this one. That's just for this one. I did move some wires over to here for the 12-volt system, and I'll get to that when I have more boxes. I'm out of boxes, and I couldn't find any more. Door swing around. Yes, there is an extension cord in here. And the reason is because I left the radio on in my truck last night, and it's now dead. Yeah, I am planning on doing more. I need to do this one, get it up there. I'm going to do it exactly the same as I did this one, and get it all moved. And then I'll do this one, and I'll do the same way. I did find I do need, all these fuses are for, is for someplace to disconnect the panels from the charge controller. That's all those are for. They serve no other purpose. The fuses for the panels are clear out there on the panels. I'm using these. I want to get away from these, so I'll go with a fused combiner box. I'll need 4 of them, I think. But I'll figure that out when I come to it. This one here, like I say, it doesn't do anything either. This is the AC lines from the 12-volt windmill. There's also inside of here, where this one goes through and into the windmill itself, it's this one. There's fuses in there, up high. I've got those all over the place. But right here, they're really not doing any good, just like these. This is not doing anybody any good. It's just a switch. So I found disconnects, fused disconnects that you use on like air conditioners and such, that I could put in here to get rid of this and give me a safe location to disconnect the panels from the inverter. So I'll need 3 of those total, one here, and I'm considering combining these 2 into one and just taking one of them out. I need to do a little bit of research there and find out if I can. I was not using these 2 MT50s that were right here, so I took them out. This area, I want to build a system to contain this. There's really not that much there, but all of the 12-volt wires go into this. So what I may be able to do is take this out and move it somewhere else once I get some of this cleaned up. Move this, take these out and move them up, and put my box right there for all of this. These are on the negative line. These are the ground lines. All of the shunts, there's a shunt here, a shunt here, a shunt here, a shunt right here. They all go to the gauges up there. Those are my amp gauges. Meters, I guess. Let's go to the windmill side. But yeah, if I can clean all this up, I'll be much happier also. So what I need, and hopefully my viewers can help me with this, I need a box that I can put all this in. Refer me to something that would work better than having this up here. this burn here actually occurred because I didn't have a screw tight. Had a screw loose, yeah. Okay, I've been working on this, but I think I've got all of them that I can take out. I don't think I can take any more of them out. Because these are my lights. These are the water pump. These are a handful of wall chargers, like that one up there on the top. That's a charger up there. And stuff like that. I don't have anything ridiculous hooked up in the house. I just have wall chargers and lights. And each of these goes to an individual light or wall charger. I wish I could make it smaller. I know if I had it to do over again, I would have done it differently, but I don't. So now this is another project. This is the 12-volt wind. I'm going to disassemble this, take all this stuff off of here that I don't need. That's this, this, and this. Take them off of this board, just completely off. All I need is the rectifier and the switch. That's all I need. This does nothing. All this does is tell this when to start discharging the batteries, and you can't get it high enough to justify leaving this hooked up because this just drains the batteries. I don't need it. If I was going to buy this again, I would buy the system that they have without all of this. But what I'll do is I'll take this off and move this over to here. And that will clean up just that much more of this board to where I'll have more room to do what I need to do to clean this stuff up. But yeah, that's what I'm doing right now. I'm not doing anything with the hanging of the wires or tying the wires down until I get this one done and this one done. I'm pretty sure that all of the wires for this one will end up being right here, and all of the wires for this one will end up being right in here. The two boxes for this one are going to go up there, and well, they're going to go up there along that area somewhere, and then I might put the disconnect for this up there also. The disconnect, I don't know where I could put it. I might put it up there. That's not a bad idea. I just need to be able to turn the solar panels off. And when I'm working on this, I work on it with the door open. That way, any excess gases, which I'm really not that worried about, aren't here. I have sparked a couple things in the past, and yeah, it gets a little bit scary. But no, I don't have a nuclear bomb. I do not. This is well ventilated in here. I did find I have what do you call it, a vent screen that I purchased for this quite a while back, and I never did put it in. But I do want to put a vent screen in here and give it just that much more air, but it's got to be filtered to keep the dust out. That's what I'm doing. I am listening to my viewers. I do appreciate comments. I don't appreciate nasty comments, and I do get my share of those. I did block, I think I blocked 3 people since I started this channel. That's because they were just trolls. So, yeah, I do appreciate it. I do have here, this is an 80 amp fuse right there. That's an 80 amp fuse on the output. The output is right here, so these are the output. So that's an 80 amp fuse for the output. So whatever box I put in right here, feeding into the batteries, I want to go with a little bit smaller than 80. That'll protect this, and I don't have any more of these. So I should probably just go ahead and buy some. But yeah, this never, our input amperage here never goes up. It has hit 60 amps once that I've seen, and that's since we put the additional panels on. But yeah, I need something here to contain all of this. I have the wire to replace this one here with the black wire, so that'll eliminate some confusion there. And I was also asked why I have so many ground wires coming in, because I have so many systems. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 different solar panel systems. 3 of them go to the 12 volt. 3 systems go to this one, and 2 systems go to this one, I think. I dropped the screws to this behind the batteries, so I need to get a magnet out, find a magnet, and get down there and see if I can get the screws. I did that today. That's no fun when you're dropping behind these batteries, because those things weigh a ton. But that's what I'm doing. I am listening to my viewers. I do appreciate comments, as long as they're constructive comments, not totally negative like a lot of them are. Anyhow, let's see where we're at. That one is at 129 volts and 7.7 amps on the PV, 59.9 volts and 15.4 amps on the solar panel. This one, the PV is 115 volts and 0.5 amps. And the battery is 59.4 and 1 amp. So this one isn't being used very much for charging at the moment. So anyhow, that is the plan. That's what I'm working on. I did look at the disconnect boxes yesterday when I was at the hardware store, and the fused disconnect box sounds pretty promising. I might be able to put both of these into one disconnect box. I might be able to do that, because 2 fuses, you never know. I will give it a try. But yeah, I do need a method to turn the solar panels off. Now, I could do it out there at the solar panels if I put in a combiner box, because those are fused. But right now I'm just running these fuses. So anyhow, that's where I'm at. And I'll probably, once I get this all cleaned up on this side, I will continue this video. I just have to find some more boxes like those up there. I'll be back. Okay, been a couple of days. I'm still working on this. I got rid of this load, all of the junctions there. Got rid of all this. This wire here, these 2 go to the 2 that are on the storage shed, and these go to either end of the house. So I'll need a box for that one, but I don't need a box for this one. I'm not going to do much more just yet. I might go ahead and do this one, but I'm not going to do much more just yet, because I ordered some stuff to replace the fuses with. Alright, order some stuff to replace those, be here Tuesday late. And then Wednesday I can start putting that together. I can get rid of all 4 of these, hopefully. They're PV 30 amp fuses, and that should be big enough for what I'm doing here. So, and then I also got some stuff for the outside, just trying to beautify it a little bit. You know, I'll get all the wires hung and stuff after those parts come. But that's what I'm up to. Just trying to make it safer, at least a little bit. Okay, I should clarify that just a little bit. Let me turn this fan down. I'm replacing these. These are not useful fuses. These are just a switch. I use those to turn the panels off and on when I'm working on the system. Just in here, I can also turn them off outside. But these aren't useful. Outside, again, I have these fuses right now, but I'm going to replace these with junction boxes outside, combiner boxes outside. All these are for as a switch. They serve no useful purpose. The fuses that I bought are circuit breakers, and they're either 30 or 60 amp, I forget which, but they'll go in here basically almost where this one is, and I might just put them over here, both of them, for over here, and that way I can turn the system off. They're intrinsically safe circuit breakers. Over here, I'm going to do the same thing, remove these fuses, and try and put in those circuit breakers on this side also. That way I can turn the whole system off from inside the house. But I just wanted to clarify that because I didn't say it right. I also need to add an earth ground here to all of these. They're grounded to death, but they also require an earth ground. I just never did do that, I guess. So that's what I'm doing. I just decided to clarify that. Okay, turn the fan back down so I can hear myself think. I'm waiting for parts. I got this gone. I got it moved over there, and that was a chore. But I got everything working. This needs to be changed just a little bit. These wires are too long. I'm going to put a box here and a box here to turn these off. I'll be able to turn this off. And I'm also going to order one of these. I could probably make one, but I'll just order one and put it here on these to turn the brake on when I don't want it to run. So that's what I've gotten done today. It's looking a little bit better. Gonna have to, I'm really curious about these switches that I bought. They're circuit breakers. I'm going to use them as switches. What kind of a box I'm going to have to put them in. I found the same switches that are in boxes, and I didn't order any boxes for them, so it may delay me. But yeah, I think it looks better. It looks a lot better. I'm going to be able to get rid of all these. All those will be able to go. I do need to add a fuse to this line, probably right in here somewhere, but I could probably do that with a circuit breaker. And it's looking better. I didn't even notice that I didn't have a fuse on this one. So I need to put a fuse on this one, and I'll put a circuit breaker. So get rid of these, and it'll start looking better. Then I can move these deals here, maybe right up to the bottom of that, and that will help me with some room, get it cleaned up some more. And this wire here is the one that I was saying gets warm when it's charging fully. It doesn't get uncomfortably warm or anything, but it does warm up. So I'm going to replace this one with the 8. That's a 10 gauge, too small. What else? That's about it. I can't do anything else with this. I could probably tie it up there a little bit better and stuff like that. But I really can't do anything with it because I need all of those for the 12 volt system. I just can't do anything with it. I think I've mentioned before that if I had it to do again, I'd run a single 8-gauge wire to each room and put a fuse box inside of a panel in each room. And that would have helped that a lot. This I want to get rid of with the circuit breaker. That's I think that might be a little bit dangerous myself. So I want to get rid of that with the circuit breaker. And that's about it. That's probably all I'm going to get done today. Those parts are supposed to be here today, but I really seriously doubt it. UPS here is flaky at best. So anyhow, that's where I'm at. Okay, there's the first one. I had a lot of trouble getting those wires on there because they're stiff. Very stiff wires. I got it up here. Everything's marked. I'll work on these others tomorrow. I don't really want to do it tonight. But now I've got a circuit breaker, shuts out the positive and the negative. And pretty cool, I think. So I'm going to give up for the night and I'll start again tomorrow. Oh, one thing. I don't like these circuit breakers because they did not come with mounts. So I had to make mounts for these circuit breakers. So I'll be making, it takes about 20 minutes to make one. I'll be working on that hard tomorrow. I'll be back. And I did not press record. Imagine that. So, I'm stopping here. I got this one on a cutoff, this one on a cutoff, and this one on a cutoff. This one just controls this. This one just controls this. And this one controls both of these. I need to get a cover on that. I need to replace this green wire with the red because I was out. I moved all this up. I'm going to move this down. It gives me all this room here to build something to contain this stuff. This and this need to be in a container. So I'll be replacing this wire. I'll be replacing the feed wire to here from here. I'll be replacing all of this, all going into some kind of a container. I just have not found a container that I like yet. There's not much I can do over here on this side. This is all my 12 volt. I could probably tie it up better or make it a little prettier. That's about all I could really do on that. This is all 12 volt. This is my lights and some charge controllers and the water pumps. This down here, I could still put it inside of a box with the circuit breaker. I could move it from that location to somewhere else. Maybe even up here. It'd probably be a good idea to have it up here. And this over here, there's 3 green wires. These I need to put into a shut-off box. This, I believe, had a shut-off built in. I did, the guy that gave me this did send me a copy of the instructions online. I need to shorten these wires and, of course, get a shut-off for this. I can also, while I'm at it, go ahead and put in a switch here to shut the power off going into everything. I need to fuse with a circuit breaker this wire very badly. I can do that when I get this figured out up here. Kind of need probably an 80 amp circuit breaker. I probably have to put it down here. What I could probably do would be put this all into one box. Everything here and the circuit breakers and all into one box up here. Put it up here. I think I can do that. I'm just not having a good time finding the boxes yet. So, at least you can see I'm trying to make it a little prettier. It's a little bit more understandable when you look at it. This is a fuse for, this is the fuse for the fan, this fan, in case you're wondering. These are 12 volt, and this is 48, and this is 48. So, that's where I'm at. Oh yeah, and I need to get a cover for that right there. I marked those boxes, plus and minus, so that anybody who looks at it can say, okay, that's what this does. But yeah, I can shut these off individually when I'm working on the batteries. If I need to work on the batteries, I can shut these off. And I can shut this off here. Both of these are through here. That's about it. I moved these up. I think they look a lot better up there too. And this is the 12 volt line coming down. I need to enlarge this wire. I'm just out of wire. I need to go and get some more of the at least 6 gauge wire. We need to run all of this in 6. That's where I'm at. I'm going to get this one here published. And subscribe please. And what else? Tell your friends, and I hope you like it. I mean, I'm getting better. I'm trying to do better. The one comment that I said was right. It was very dangerous having all this stuff open. But it's gone. But I'll be back.